Hello everyone, my name is Hearth and welcome back to some Pokemon Draft League content. I know it has been a very long time. It has been 4 months. I don't have an excuse. I have just been very busy with school. But this is an upload required league, so I am forced at gunpoint pretty much to be recording and uploading my games. I was supposed to upload last week, but me and my opponent, my friend Mr. G, were both sick. So he FF'd to me before I could surrender myself. Okay, so that's 5 expected. I'm not exactly sure what Superior is trying to accomplish here. I have bundled outspeed. I have emergency speed control in my Scarf Mamoswine. But we're just leading with Brain. Oh, he doesn't have Palafin. No Palafin is very interesting. It's fine. I still have something that just kind of smacks every lead. I'm just taking damage with Metagross. That's all I'm trying to do here. I have no removal, and I have 1 boot. So if he gets rocks up off rip with Bronzong, maybe it's a problem. But we're going to try to play around the best we can. I'm curious as to what his lead mon is. It's Fairy Bolt, which is to be expected. That's kind of what I mocked against. Shadow Sin, Shadow Sage, I appreciate them both for helping me put this team together, as well as polishing off my strat for the mocks. And I am curious as to see what he's leading if it is not Palafin. Ace. Well, that is a travesty. I just swap in hands here. I'm fairly certain as kind of my physical answer is just hands. I don't think I should ever risk meta just getting blown away here. Yeah, I don't die to Pyro Ball unless he's boosting item. But I'm not going to risk him being boosting item, so we're just going to go out into our hands. He can U-turn. I'm actually very curious to see what ability we're working with here. I would love for it to be something like Libero. Now, unfortunately, my Metagross is just kind of pointless now other than swapping into Bronzong, which I guess is fine. It gets knocks off. There's U-turn, there's Libero. And there's your, what is that, 16% off your HP bar for my Rocky Helmet. Bolt probably comes in. Maybe Stera Fairy. I would make that bold assumption. That or P.E.K.K.A. Probably calculating that I am just the Great Wall of China physically. I am 252, absolute max defense. There's Peck. Not any real reason for me to stay in because I have Zippity Doodah on the Spadef here. I think it is just my beloved Snorlax with immunity. I'm not worried about the Malignant Chain Poison. I'm really not worried about a Shadow Ball. So we're going to see what he wants to do here. If he starts parting shotting around, that could get really annoying really quickly, but he doesn't have Palafin, and that thing put me in a blender in Mox with a flip turn. Because between that and, between Petra and Palafin, both pivoting for each other, I lost a lot of health on Mons. I probably shouldn't have. Nightshade is super duper interesting. I think Body Slam is a bit too gutsy. I think Yawn is very safe. Or maybe I just take an Earthquake. I would actually rather, I think, take the Yawn here, in case he parting shots out into something else. Because I can just always Earthquake the next turn. I think Yawn here is perfectly fine. There he goes. He just hard outs. Maybe he's saying he doesn't have Parting Shot. That tells me he doesn't have a song. Here's Yawn. Okay, if he's swapping this in, he's probably Levitate. And then we just go out. He's probably going to get Rocks up. But we're going to go back out into... I mean, does he swap here ever? What does he even swap into? I think it's only ever bad for me here if he swaps into Cinder Ace for some reason. Which is possible. But I think it's unlikely. So we're just going to go back into our Metagross here. Okay, he's out. Okay, he's not. Okay, here's Urshi. Okay, I think I'm honestly okay with swinging on this guy because I'm full HP and I'm Colbur. So he absolutely has 0 chance to kill me. It's just, do I want to Heavy Slam or do I want to knock him off instead? I think I'm more punished if he's set up and I knock off like a leftovers for nothing versus banned. I survive banned anyway, and I'd rather just take my chip with Slam. I don't think he expects to lose most of his Urshifu this way, so I think we're okay to try this. I can save HP on my Iron Hands for later, because that Rocky Helmet is super, super important into both Urshi and Ace. If he swaps or U-turns, that's going to be a little bit annoying, and he'll probably figure out that I am Colbur just by me staying in for no reason. This honestly wouldn't even have been a bad time to get rocks, but okay, CCs, which is interesting. And I get crit and die. Wow, that is mighty unfortunate. I would think that tells me banded off rip, so let's go into Urshi Choice Band and crit, and there is no other set it could be but banded. Jolly has a roll to kill me. Adamant guarantees it. That's a little bit unfortunate. The CC is pretty obnoxious, but it's not the end of the world. I mean, it is pretty annoying. I didn't really expect that, but it's okay. He should have no reason to leave his Urshifu in, so we're just going to Volt Switch and get some momentum out of here. Try to get something done. I assume Pekarunt comes out, and I think that lets my Roaring Moon come in. Yep. Catch. Blap. And Roaring Moon is never threatened by Shadow Ball. It's not threatened by Malignant Chain. I am a super, super fat and pretty unreasonably slow Roaring Moon here. I'm like Jolly 86 speed, so I really only outspeed Jolly Urshifu. Here's my sub. If he's not Parting Shot, this is pretty solid for me. And I will get damage off on whatever comes in. I'll take an item on whatever comes in. And I don't think he wants to risk me being aggro, so I don't think Urshi's coming out, which does take on this set pretty solidly. I want him to try to go for something and give me an additional turn, because that will help me out immensely. He stays. Maybe he does have Parting Shot. There's my sub. And there's Toxic. Okay, so now this gets really interesting. Because now I have a substitute up. I don't know why my substitute is flying around. That's pretty interesting. I don't think I've seen that before. Why is my substitute floating? Okay. I think I did DD here. Actually, he sees leftovers, so he might go into Urshi. But I think DD here is perfectly fine to click. Maybe knock it. Nah, I think it's just Dragon Dance. I want to see what he wants to do. He stays in. You might end up giving me the game here, my friend. And if you're not Parting Shot, whatever this turn is not a good click. Foul play? Nightshade. Does that break sub? It might. It does not. Alright, so you are in an immense amount of trouble, my friend. My substitute is up. I want to run through what calcs I can get done with this. Alright, +1. Superior. Not dead to knockoff. I need like one more DD, honestly. Need one more DD. I don't kill Urshi with EQ. I don't kill Terra Fairy Bolt with EQ. And I don't kill Serp with knock. I have to go for another. If he wants to keep staying, I think he's just going to lose. And he stays. And I'm just going to keep setting up because I have so much health that your Nightshade. Oh yeah, I'm stupid. I can check. I have over 400 health, so his Nightshade isn't doing a quarter. Now my substitute pops. I don't think there's a world in which I click anything other than a substitute here because this little ball in front of me does not threaten me out. And we might be in the winning position from here. He has to send in something to take in 2 swings from a +2 Roaring Moon. Not a whole lot of attack. This super should die. Fire isn't threatening me. Grass isn't threatening me. I mean, are you Glare? There's no reason for me to set up anymore with my substitute. I think I want to just take this out of the picture. I think knockoff is very, very safe. Let's see at +2 how much I'm doing. Okay, I should kill. If he's just a little bit of HP invested, like just the creep down, then I should be perfectly fine to kill him here. Maybe he's like random mid-game sash, because I did not bring hazards, which would be super irritating. But it has been known to happen, and I have been known to lose to it. Knock here is just the play. You're getting bopped. Kerblam. Wow, you are super fat. Alright, that's fine. Light clay screens. I think I'm just gonna keep going then, right? Because that screen is gonna last for 5 turns. I did expect dual screens. I did not expect them on Superior, which is super interesting. I'm assuming Reflect could also go up. What would you even have for me here, honestly? We're gonna do a quick little look through our friend Superior's move pool. I don't think there's Jack here that can do anything to me. I know he gets Pulse. It does break my sub, but it does like 28. It's really not that threatening, and that's if it's max, and he looks like he's just fat as can be. So we're gonna DD again. If you want your other screen, you've got it. Okay, he's just swapping back out. This Urshi. Does Urshi die? It'd have to be 2. Oh, he is banded, so whatever he's clicking. Oh, I gotta get Reflect up. Kerbop. Wow, I do not deal any damage to this freaking Pokemon. Holy cow, Roaring Moon, you suck. I could knock him, but I don't think that actually does anything for me here. Because even non-banded, I'm super duper dead to close combat, and it's really not very close. I think Earthquake is perfectly fine. If he clicks close combat, I will set up another substitute and make sure he dies. He U-turns, that's fine. I'm not exactly sure what you're going into. I am absolutely adoring the mileage I am getting out of this Roaring Moon set. Everything's getting chipped. What are you? Bolt? You're Fairy. I mean, I'm going to force you to Terra here. I can sub until the Reflect is gone. I am 99% certain. I don't know. I gotta check. Status. Alright, we got 2 turns of Reflect. If I'm at half, 50%, on my Roaring Moon. Stop complaining, Joy-Con. You'll get it in a minute, bro. Raging Bolt. Calm Mind. Fairy. Does 20 with Thunderclap. With Booster. Now, unfortunately, I only deal like 70%. Because this guy is super fat and he's not weak to it anymore. But that's okay. If this thing gets chipped just even slightly, I am almost certainly going to win. Hopefully. Mark my words. At this point, I might be able to send in... Oh, no, because his Bronzong is Levitate. But I think every time I send in Mammo after that thing dies, something gets it, or I get a kill. There's Terra Blast. There's lefties. And here is one more sub. I mean, he has to keep swinging on what's in front of him, otherwise he just loses. But I think my best play is honestly to take that and take the damage on him. Sub's gone. Reflect goes here. Nine plus 3. So this should do about 70% if he's fast and 60 if he's not. Wow, that is just so bad. Should have been Iron Head, huh? It's alright. Is that the better play versus... I've chipped out Urshi. I've chipped out Superior, which is defensive screens. And I would love chip on this. I think that's okay. I think that's perfectly fine. Because I can come in and Icicle Crash with... maybe I should have just been Knockoff. It's fine. I can come in and Icicle Crash after with Memo. And be perfectly fine, I think. It's just my swapping into Bronzong that becomes more sufferable. It actually becomes really tough. I think it's just Earthquake. It's a tough play. Yeah, okay, he takes so much. Good job, Ring Moon. You did the Lord's work here. I'm so proud of you. The thing is, like, I'm now suffering to get rid of Bronzong because of the Levitate is actually just really awful for me because I lost Metagross to the crit. It's fine. If I make my bed, I'll lie in it. It's just my beloved Mamoswine. And I know the lower risk play is to go for Earthquake and just force him out. However, I need damage on Bronzong so badly. And I did not pack Knock, which is just a very short-sighted bring on my end. I did not think I would need it, because I had 2 knockoffs on the team, but one of them kind of got blown up. Alright, he gives me Bolt, which is incredible. That's really, really nice. Feed my Mamo swine. I think that's fine, because the only move he revealed is Terra Blast, and I don't really like having the possibility of Thunderclap open. Don't you just explode. Urshifu. Wow, you do not take any damage from Icicle Crash. That is a travesty. Alright, well, we gotta swap again. I've lost all my dark moves. It's so over. It's all good. So you see, it's gonna hurt. Wow, that is just so much damage. I have to let him go here. There's no other play for me, I think. It's just unfortunate. I can beat down Bronzong later with Snorlax, assuming it's not Body Press, but it will definitely take some doing. I have to let him. I have to let Iron Hands go. It's just a Volt Switch here. Yeah. I don't think I'm going to bring Mamo back out because it just puts me in a really bad spot of having to swap back and forth. I think it's just bundle here, and it's going to be a Terra Ice Ice Beam. Problem being, he just swaps into it so easily. It's all good. Catch. Maybe a Freeze can bail me out here. Dang, I wish I could have gotten one more DD off somewhere. Maybe it was better to DD on the Urshi U-turning. I think that was actually probably the play, was DD, and then if he does click CC, sub until he goes down to low enough health to one-shot. I think that should have been my play. Yes. Please just be Fizdef. Because now I start having problems. If you are Spadef. I'm not flip turn. Judging by the fact that you swapped into my bundle, you were probably Spadef. Yikes. That's honestly not that bad. Where does that put me at, honestly? Why is my image off? Oh yeah, new monitor. What is that, like 24? 24, yeah. Bundle, how much we taking here, my friend? Terra Ice. Wow, just all of your health is just gone. That is crazy work. It looks like he is actually Fizdef. And I might have low rolled him. So we're gonna set the sub up. My apologies, I'll get that like, red line out of here. We're gonna set a sub up and see what he wants to click. If it's Sinoise, rip. $1 million more substitutes, please. It's IDEF. It's Body Press. Wait, this gives me the possibility of 2 Hydro Pumps. And he's not Leftovers. I have never liked clicking this move. And in mocks, it went about the exact way you would expect clicking this move to go. Unfortunately... Okay. Okay, we land. There's 1. I need more. I need more. There's Body Press. I die after this one. I think oh, man, I would kill for Flip Turn right about now, huh? I know Sin's probably laughing at me. He's not a recovery berry, and that did just over 25. That looks like it did about 30. Which, maybe that is Spidef, huh? Nah, that's another low roll for, if that's Spidef, that is like unbelievable minimum roll. My goodness. All right. Well, I know he has to click it again, sadly. All right, hold on. I don't know if I can win here. If Bronzong dies, I clean sweep with Mamoswine. I click Earthquake 400 times until everything explodes. I have to land Pump here. And I do not have another option. Thank goodness, it is still winnable. He lives on nothing, and he's Rest. So now I have to land more. If he's Resto Chesto, I do lose. And he's Resto Chesto. I triple min-rolled him, no shot! Oh, that's a travesty. It's still possible, it's just very, very unlikely. A crit would be, like, just chef's kiss here. I have to try. See, that is good damage. Goodbye, bundle. I'm sorry, my friend. Yeah, he is Fizdef. For that to kill, it has to be Fizdef, unfortunately. God, dude, that's so unfortunate. I just min-rolled him 3 times in a row. Wow, 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 wow. Okay. He's at +2. Body press Okos. Snorlax, and body press Okos. Well, that is just so unfortunate. I mean, I had to try to kill him. The thing is, I just can't get rid of this Pokemon otherwise. The Levitate just ruins me. Because I don't kill anything else with Icicle Crash, sadly. It had to be Earthquake. 1,000,000 trillion paralysis. Wow. I can't believe I lived that. Rats. Well, that is definitely the loss for me then, which is just so sad. If I was knockoff here, maybe, but just the triple mineral and the crit, losing my knockoff Mon so early just made it so impossible. Kind of didn't expect Bronzong to be doing any of this, but I guess it happens. I'm swinging Earthquake unless he's bluffing because, you know, why not? I have no other route to win. Yeah, there's Levitate, sadly. Yeah, you'd have no reason to be like Heat or anything. GG's. That's a 5 or what is that? Yeah, 0-5. That is just rough. I think maybe I could have made a different play with Moon to keep the pace going, but that crit was just way more impactful than I realized, and then I just could not get the finishing blow on this Bronzong. There's absolutely no mathematical way that I should not have killed him. Looking at that, looking at the rolls for Hydro Pump, but I guess it is what it is. I should have been Terra Water here. GG's to Arch. We'll be back next week. I have no idea who our next opponent is, but hopefully I play a little bit better than that. We'll see you all in the next episode. Like, sub, leave a nice comment, leave a hate comment. God give you free will, and we'll see you all in the next episode. Peace.